All right, guys, today I want to talk about my 401k and give you an update on exactly where I'm at. Now, again, the reason that I share this particular account balance is simply because I think having that perspective to say, okay, I'm above average on this. I want to show people and kind of give you some tips on what I personally have done to increase my 401k and be ahead of the curve, and also just kind of show you a comparison, not to brag about it, but it's just simply saying like, hey, I'm informed on this subject. In general, I've done well with it, but let's check out that balance. So for any of you that saw my prior video, I was up around about $107,000 at the end of December, so the end of 2021. And currently I'm at about 100,570. Definitely seen that 6.5% haircut. Now keep in mind, I've also had 5 paychecks since that has taken place. And I also got a significant raise. So therefore my contribution is a fair amount higher. So the fact that I'm still down 6.5%, yeah, there's definitely some volatility. But again, this isn't me panicking. Don't get me wrong. I don't love seeing this. But at the same time, that's just kind of how the market is. And long term, you're better to stay long with something like this, collect those dividends and everything else that's involved with the retirement plans. So let's see how I'm doing in comparison to the averages and the medians for my age group. So this comes from Personal Capital, and basically they've taken a look, at numbers from Vanguard, again, one of the largest 401k administrators. And so if you look, my age group in that top category, so I'm 33 years old. So the average 401k balance is 33,272, but again, averages can be skewed. So grabbing the median is usually much more reliable, and it's only $13,000. So it helps me feel a lot better that, I'm significantly ahead of the curve on that. But I also found this very interesting, but it makes sense in that Personal Capital users, those that actually use their tool, my brother and myself actually do, and I highly recommend it. I actually think it's awesome. The average there is $88,000, with the median being about 40. So, somewhere a little more than two and a half times according to that. And it makes sense that those people would probably be higher because it tends to be someone who's going to pay attention to their finances and take an active interest in it. Now, again, everyone's situation is vastly different, but I just want to explain how I got to this point and why I think I'm ahead of the curve. First off, I had heard a lot from financial experts, financial advisors, read a lot of things where they said, hey, 10% of your paycheck. So my company has a 4% match, and I tried to get up to 6% from my end or more. And I actually got as high as 17% for a little while and kind of front loaded it because it's all about the compounding interest. And so for me personally, that was the most important thing, was getting in early and starting that as early as possible, because again, that compounding interest over time helps to build that account a lot faster. So the sooner you can start, the better. So start yesterday if you have it. The second thing is really focusing on the right risk profile. So I don't individually pick these particular investments or stocks, but I lean much more aggressive because I'm still relatively young. And then, eventually I might look at paring that back some, but I would hope I'm in a financial position where, I can afford some risk on that down the road, because I've taken care of my finances and gotten to a good place just in general outside of that. I highly recommend still learning to trade outside of investing. Here's the thing, it doesn't have to be a hard thing. I have friends that trade a grand total of, 2 hours over a couple of weeks or a month, in that they just swing trade. They go look for something that might be beaten down, buy it while it's low, ignore it for a month, come back and check it, and make a decision as to, should I continue with this or what do I do with that? So I don't think you need to burden yourself necessarily, but I would highly recommend learning to trade on top of investing and having your retirement plan. Anyways, I hope this helps. Again, I'm trying to give you a different perspective, an outside perspective of kind of how I've gotten to the point that I have. And again, it's not a brag, it's just simply, I think I should be accountable if I'm on here that, hey, I do know a little bit what I'm talking about, and here's a few tips of what I've done. So that's the whole reason behind it. I appreciate you guys stopping by, every last one of you, every comment, like, subscription, whatever. Thank you so much. I hope to bring you more valuable videos down the road. I have a lot of fun doing this. So thanks for stopping by, and hope to see you again real soon. Bye.